Right guys, yes I've hit 20k subs, thanks to everyone who's helped get me there, and yes I'm wearing a Gold Ninja Vlogspot t-shirt. It's not official merch, it's just some gimmicky thing I got ages ago, like possibly 2017 as a rough guess, but hey, this video is basically about me getting 20k subs and answering your questions, so I thought I might as well wear it. So this is a Q&A, but it's a slightly different one. Instead of just a vanilla Q&A, it's a this or that style one, so you've got to ask me two things and I pick which one I prefer. I.e. Plant vs Zombies 1 or Plant vs Zombies 2 or something like that. So yep, let's get on with it. Right, first up, Repeater or Primal Pea Shooter. This one is already quite a difficult one at first, because you could argue Primal Pea Shooter is better because of his stun, although he doesn't deal that much damage, and honestly using him was kind of boring given that it takes forever to kill anything. I'm not sure, it kind of depends on the situation. Like, Primal Pea Shooter synergizes badly with quite a lot of plants, like most catapult and melee ones. So maybe Repeater will get the slight edge. I still think Fire Pea is better than both, but yeah, go on then, Repeater for the win. Also, not to mention his plant food's a lot better than Primal Pea Shooters. Squash or Tangle Kelp? Squash, no contest. Even on Plant vs Zombies 1 where Tangle Kelp's actually quite good, I'd give Squash the edge. Especially because he's broken as hell when you level him up to at least 3. Is Poker better than Headbutter Lettuce? I'd say probably for the most part, given she's like constantly Storm or Headbutter Lettuce not so much. I've not actually used Headbutter Lettuce in a hot minute because I've not actually got him, so it might be a bit skewed here. I suppose he can attack from behind as well, which is nice. Regardless, I'll still go for Poker. I think she is a strong contender for the most broken character in the game, so yeah. Also, she has area of effect, while Headbutter Lettuce is one-at-a-time targets. Infinite or Primal Walnut? I mean, outside of plant food, there's not really much of a reason to use Infinite over Primal Walnut. The other regenerating aspects I never really found that useful, to be honest. Like, it sacrifices so much of health, especially if you use melee plants. You'd want better defense, really. Also, Primal Walnut's plant food is still quite strong, given it can survive quite a few smashes from Gargs. Oh, okay, an off-topic one now. Pirate-themed bedroom or monkey-themed bedroom? If only I had one of those as a kid. Now I had a space one instead. I'd probably give Pirate the slight edge, or you could do a Super Monkey Ball and make it Pirate and Monkey. Garden Warfare 2 or Plant vs Zombies 2? I mean, with the current state of Plant vs Zombies 2, it's pretty hard to give that the edge. Like, Garden Warfare 2 is not being supported anymore, but at least that means they can't possibly make any updates that completely ruin the game, which Plant vs Zombies 2 seems to be well on its way to doing. Have you seen the last few plants of the week? Also, I think I just enjoy Garden Warfare 2 more at this point, probably because I've not played it nearly as much, given I started playing that in 2019 and PvZ2 in late 2013. Okay, we've got 3 of them here. Gloomvine or Fatbee or Starfruit? Yeah, Starfruit easily wins this. Yeah, Fatbee is pretty mediocre, and Gloomvine, well, I do like him quite a bit, and I think that's a great idea for Vine. He's not the most powerful thing in the world. So yeah, Starfruit easily wins. Also, that's kind of a weird comparison, given he's more multi-lane than area of effect, if you know what I mean. Too cold or too hot whilst trying to sleep? Too hot, you can just like take your bed layers or even clothes layers off. While if you're too cold, well, what do you do? Get up and put another top on? Can you even be asked to get out of bed? Pancakes or waffles? Oh, interesting. I feel like if I say pancakes, I'm probably going to piss off all the breakfast brains mains, but I still think pancakes would get the edge. I do like having a waffle base every time I go to a theme park. Lots of childhood memories at Legoland. Yeah, right, pancakes, but just barely. Cattail or homing thistle? Now, this one also seems to be debated quite a bit. It does seem like a lot of people only favour Cattail just out of nostalgia, but Cattail seems like to be pretty consistent. I think I kind of underestimated him until I watched Wolfie's video where it basically carried him through a pool level when it seemed like all hope was gone. Homing Thistle's shots can be a bit weird sometimes. Often, like, if the zombies kill, they just start spinning forever and go to the next one. Cattail doesn't do that crap, so obviously Homing Thistle had the advantage of being able to be planted anywhere, and obviously used anywhere. I'll probably give Cattail the edge in this one. Not to mention the gimmick of popping balloons, which is like a nice extra thing if you use them in fog. Oh, now we'll go with an off-topic one. Oh, nice name. Simon Neil or Alex Turner? Well, this is going to be awkward because I'm pretty sure 95% of you will not know what the hell this question is on about. It is on about the lead singers of Biffy Clyro and Arctic Monkeys respectively, 2 bands I really like. And for me personally, I'm going Simon Neil. I'm trying to think of one thing that Alex does better than Simon. Simon's a better guitar player. I'd say he's a better singer as well. Biffy Clyro is a way more consistent band. Alex Turner's kind of famed for his lyrics, so that could be well give a slight edge, but I'm not really sure I agree with that. I just listened to Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino for the first time the other day, and first of all, the album f***ing sucks. And second of all, that has some really wonky lyrics in, like, You can probably find quite a lot of bad lyrics if you really go through both of these bands, like just go on A to Z lyrics and just keep clicking through, but there was one really bad one. It's something like Kiss the Moon's Side Boob or something like that, like what the hell? Yeah, I'd say pretty easy win for Simon, to be honest. Would you want to play every game against a GW1 Super Commando or an EP? Believe it or not, I'd probably go for EP. Sure, the Super Commando takes slightly more skill, but I feel EP is actually quite easy to counter in comparison. Like, GW1 Super Commando is quite tough, given that he's pretty much a better sniper than any of the cacti. So, like, they ain't going to do anything to deal with him. As for EP, I feel like Scientists can counter him quite easily if you've got the right kit. I think Chemist is quite good at that, especially when someone's pogo-peeing, because it's like so easy to catch them with it. And Reg Scientist as well, if you do gather here, you're hitting like 77 damage, so if you manage to do that twice, then he's dead. PvZ3 or BFN? I really don't have to think about this one too hard. This is going to shock a lot of people who think my channel is basically just dedicated to on BFN, but I'm giving BFN the edge. Because that seems like it's got at least a couple of things it does better than Garden Warfare 2. Like, apparently the story mode's really good in that, and the story mode in Garden Warfare 2 is not all that good. PvZ3, like, as Wolfie said, there's not really anything that does better than the games that came before it. The fact you've got a life system so you can't play if you've failed too many times is absolutely asinine. It's like an instant turn off. It's pretty much why I won't ever be playing the game on my channel. Also, the whole thing of how you're forced to use plants every level, you can't even pick your own is, yeah, big no to that. So yeah, BFN wins. Never thought I'd say that sentence in my life. Being able to use only Levitator or be able to only use Tomb Tangler. Oh, okay. I've not used a Tomb Tangler that much. I don't really understand his gimmick all that much. Apparently, converts health to his own, so he kind of like acts as a defensive plant, which sounds good, but you can only use him on Grave, so his use is kind of limited, and unlike the Grave boss, he actually costs something. It's only 50, so it's not the biggest setback in the world, but yeah, he's not a good plant. I mean, he's better than Plant vs. Zombies 1 Grave boss, I'd say, at least. As for Levitator, this is the plant that can literally cause zombies to your house by having the zombies literally jump over the lawnmower. So I think, yeah, Levitator's got to lose here. Tomb Tangler wins. Ducks or Turtles? Refer to the I Like Turtles kid. What is a better type of music, rock or metal? Easily rock for me, not that big on metal at all, to be honest. I mean, you could even make the argument that metal's a subgenre of rock, but hey. Doomstream or Grape Shot? I actually bought a Grape Shot recently on PvZ2, and yeah, I've been using that quite a lot. Of course I would. It's basically a cherry bomb on steroids. Still think I'd probably give Doomstream the edge though. I mean, while Grape Shot can still cover a decent area with his grapes, like, Doomstream is pretty much the whole lawn, so yeah. Here's a weird one. Get into me Wolfie plays IRL or get all Pogo Ps removed in multiplayer. Now this may make me sound weird, but I've never really had a desire to, like, you know, meet my heroes and that sort of thing, so that's one thing. Get all Pogo Ps removed in multiplayer though, like, I mean, I might have done that once or twice in my recent video where I played Reg Pea Shooter from Great White North, so it might be a bit hypocritical of me to say that. But then again, Commander P is my pea shooter of choice, so I don't exactly do it much anyway. Handlebar or Horseshoe? Yeah, Horseshoe easily. Handlebar mostly looks stupid in my opinion. And if I do grow a moustache again, which I likely will, do I work towards a Horseshoe? Possibly. Definitely not Handlebar though, hell no. Spicy food or sour? Sour, don't rate spicy. Love me some Haribo Tangfastics and pretty much all of its variants, so yeah. The one type of food I'm tolerant to is sour food actually, so. Angry Birds or Cut the Rope? Here's an interesting one. Both these games I've played, Angry Birds, I don't think I've ever actually had my own phone though. I think I had Angry Birds Go or something and deleted it after like 3 weeks. So Angry Birds, it seems like a pretty cool game, but I was never the biggest fan of it. Cut the Rope, I've actually still got my phone. I do play it quite a bit, so yeah, that gets the edge. PvZ1 Cherry Bomb or PvZ2 Cherry Bomb? I mean, there's no real statistic differences there. I mean, except the fact that you get Cherry Bomb really early on, and although I guess in PvZ2 you don't have to get nearly as much stun for it, given the stun value is twice as much there. Also, you can make the argument that PvZ1 Cherry Bomb is sort of outclassed by Doomstream, given it's cheaper and covers a wider area, it's just nocturnal. Obviously, PvZ2 Cherry Bomb has got Grape Shot, and believe it or not, I'm actually going to say a Pomegranate, which are basically upgrades to it, but those are premium, so. Well, Pomegranate's Tedium, but you know, same thing. I guess I'm giving PvZ2 Cherry Bomb the edge then. Also, it's got its sunglasses costumes. Iceberg Lettuce or Stoolia? I recently did a community post basically saying why Stunion's better than Iceberg Lettuce in a meme way. And yeah, I'll stand by that of course. Although I will say Iceberg I definitely think is better than Stoolia. I've never really been a big fan of Stoolia. I've always thought straight up stopping is better than slowing for the most part. And yeah, it's cheap and it's quite a good one to use in conjunction with another. Well, not in conjunction, but in the same level. Also, Iceberg's plant food is basically just a direct upgrade, so yeah, Iceberg at least wins this one. And finally, Bob Hoskins or Chris Pratt as Mario. Yeah, Chris Pratt, I think. The movie's not even out yet and I'm still giving him the edge, so yeah. Alright guys, thanks for the questions. Thanks for getting me to 20k subs. I've been Golden Ninja Vlogspot. Check out another video in this end screen and I'll see you soon. Or Fatbeat or Starfruit. I activated my Google Play then for some reason.